channel. My name is Arissa and this is Arissa Art, and welcome to the Winter Dreams January educational event by ColourArte. We are excited, we are numerous, we are 2 days, and we're happy you're here. Today I'm working on a 24 by 24 inch gallery wrapped level 3 canvas, and I am doing a ribbon pour of sorts. I am working with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different colors with a white base, and I will show you my colors now. My first one is Payne's Gray by Golden, and these are all mixed with the formula I will put in my description below. It's like glue and Floetrol and regular gloss gel and a lot of other things. So my ColourArte colors are as follows. This is Sea Dancer. It's a primary element. And then I have Douglas Fir. These are the colors that kind of remind me of winter. The blues, the greens, the whites, and stuff like that. And I love them. And so I'm doing those colors. This is Mystique. Then I have a mixture. I have a blue. This is Evergreen. And then this blue here. I lost the label. I have no idea which blue this is, but it's pretty. And I mixed it with Evergreen to come up with this lovely deep green color. And then I have, this is Black Orchid, which is super pretty. This is kind of a wild card, but not too much because it's just pretty and I like pretty colors. This is the real wild card. This is a mixture of Deep Gold by Amsterdam, but I wanted to yellow it up, earth it up a little bit, like that gritty earthy color. So I added a little bit of Summer Solstice, and that is the color I got. And then my last color is the, what is this? You know, what is it? I gotta look at my label and find my label. Papillion, I think it's what it says. I don't know. That is this shifty, lovely color. It's got a violet shift, but it's light blue right now. I am pouring on a base of Artist Loft Flow Acrylic in white. Yeah, right. Soft body, right? Soft body paint. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a cup. I'm sorry if you hear something dragging along every time I move. It's because I had knee surgery about a month ago, and I have a heating pad on the knee because it hurts. And so that is why you hear all this dragging sound around me. So sorry about that. Wrapping cups. All right, to grab my cups, I am gonna layer some of my little 5-ounce cups. And I'm gonna do a ribbon pour, but I want the colors to be rich. And because I'm using this soft body paint that tends to curl up and do weird things, I want them to be able to do that. I want it to be able to do that, but I don't want it to drown out my colors. So I'm gonna layer up 3 little colors. I'm going to do a ribbon pour on the canvas, maybe 2, on the canvas, somewhat central, and then I'll put my white around it and in the missing spots. That's what I'm going to do. So let's layer some paints. I'm going to do probably half the colors. They are somewhat thick, but they're not super thick. I didn't want to have a really, really rich. Ooh, that one's thick. Should probably add some water to that, but I won't, because I didn't. So I'm going to put somewhat thick layers in these cups. I want the colors to be present. I don't want to hide. That was 4 colors, right? And there, I'll throw some of the gold in here too. Ooh, that's pretty. And then I want the colors to have room to stretch out. I don't want them to get lost. I want to have some negative space in here. What didn't I use, y'all? I'm going to put some gold next to this green also. And then I'll put my Mystique. Yeah. So I'm not going to use a lot of color. It's going to be just like that. Maybe I'll put a little more Payne's Gray. Put a little Payne's Gray in here. I won't put any more in here, but I'll put this orchid color in there. I really like those colors. I got gold in each. So, yes, that is what I'm going to do. Sorry, deciding on the fly here. You know what I'm going to do? I grabbed my white cell activator, and what I'm going to do is actually put in a layer of white cell activator. I'm going to pour a ribbon of this, just haphazardly. Ooh, losing my lid. Losing everything. There we go. Ooh, that was a lot. And that way, perhaps I will get something interesting as I drop everything in there. Close that, put it away. So now, I'll do my ribbon pour, plural, in here. So, we're so happy you're here. Sorry I'm kind of going everywhere with this. I'm going to just kind of pour this again. Like that. Let that one drain. And then I'm going to come down here. And I do, again, want negative space. Let that one drain. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a couple of get a cup of my white and fill in the gaps that I've created. And then put the flow extender or the base around these colors. That way I have negative space, but I also have true color because I'm not going to be muting the colors of the bloom of the ribbons by putting the white over it or making them go into it too much. I'm just kind of making this up as I go to. I'm gonna try to get into that little space. Here we go. Because I've never done a ribbon pour like that. I'm just gonna cover up that part right there. It's too little for me to try to worry about that. Get some in here. And next to it. I just want to make sure I don't have any dry canvas in between my colors. Just a little bit there. And I'm trying not to drip into my colors. It is hard though. Go, only a couple more. I'm gonna go into it right there because I did drip right there, so I didn't want that dripping area to expand as I tilt this. Alrighty, right here. Fill it in there. All right, so now I'm just going to, fill in my outer edges. And go from there. I'm not going to worry about those over there. There we go. There we go. There we go. So take my big cup and just fill in around now. And I don't want to prevent all this from rolling over itself because I want to see what this white paint's going to do. So I am going to not put I'm going to put enough paint on to cover the canvas, but I'm going to let the paints roll over because I want to see what will happen when you do a ribbon pour like this. All right, that should be enough paint. Just fill that in. No dry canvas. Yeah. All right. I hope it's enough paint. Let me get my torch here. Give myself a nice torch. I just mixed all these colors, of course. The other thing that's nice about not putting the colors on the white is I'm not going to get any of the white bubbles right away from the bubbles that are in the paints. So I'm going to avoid some of that by doing it this way. Lots and lots of bubbles. Alrighty. Let me get. So I want, where am I going to go first? I'm going to go to that corner and I'm kind of going to go fast because this is a ribbon pour and it's kind of a pearl pour too. Sorry, I can speak. I'm going to raise you up just so I make sure you're not out of the frame. I'm not out of frame. Okay, let's just tilt and see what happens here. So I'm going to go all the way and let it all crash into itself and everything. Go right off the edge there, pull it back. Go off that corner. Letting it roll over itself. So you see it's about to start rolling over itself, that gold area. Pull it back. All right, let me turn this so you guys can see still as I tilt. Okay, let's get these other areas. Going in the center and then going up to that corner. I'm going to let the color reach the corner. I do want to stretch the colors out. So I'm going to let the white reach the corner and then bring it back. Let the right reach this other corner before I stretch all the colors again. Oof, almost there. Sorry if you can't see it all the way. I just gotta, it's running slowly, which is good. It just means that I'm getting enough paint off. Sorry, one moment. I'll bring it right back down so you can see. Okay, let's see. How do I like my composition? Let me center it up here. And then I'm going to torch it after I get all the paint off of my hands. My gosh. I do like the composition. I love the colors. Ooh, I like the colors a lot. So let's go. Let's do some torching. Again,
your secret word is the. Again, the.
See, a lot of them are not just white underneath. There's some color under there too. So I'm interested to see if it develops. Okay, let me see about getting my corners covered while this does whatever thing it's going to do. Sort where you just want to tilt once and get done with it, because you tend to have a lot of corners or sides that are not adequately covered. But if you kind of touch the paint as it's on the sides and the corners before you scrape your undersides, it will tend to pull the paint down. So right now in this process, I wouldn't scrape the undersides because I want my corners and my sides to get covered. So I'm allowing the paint to drip because typically we want to make sure we don't let it drip because it changes your composition. And yeah, it's going to do that slightly, but faster than that, it's going to cover my sides. So I let it drip. So I'm going to torch again as I am developing more bubbles here. All right. So it's odd. The only place I got that lacing from the cell activator is right there in the center. And I like that. I love the color blending. I love it. It's so pretty. So I'm going to let this develop. I have a couple things I want to do in my art room. So I'm going to let it drip and develop while I wait. And then as soon as it's done, or I feel like it's done moving, I will come back and show you guys an up close picture. All right, I'll be right back. It has been about 20 minutes and nothing has changed much. So I wanted to take you in for a close-up. I love how the white parts do have some colors under it, but the colors are so pretty. And I'm super, super, super glad that I added that blue and that reddish color to each cup, because now it is in every direction, every part of this piece, and I am happy, happy, happy. Oh, I love how that dark blue sits on that white right there. It just looks like there's depth to it, like you could put your hand in there, and I love that. But let me know what you think about this piece in the comments below. Please be sure to follow the train starting tomorrow, and see the second half of the ColourArte Winter January Spectacular Educational Event. Winter Dreams event, I can speak. But let me know what you think in the comments below. My table is crazy messy because I'm working on so many different things, but thanks for being here. We'll see you guys next time. Bye.